This episode of Now This Is Lit is brought to you by Audible. Check the link in the description to get your first Star Wars audiobook free. Everyone loves free things. Click that link. Do it. This show is also brought to you by our patrons. If you want to support the show in a different way, with just $1 a month, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/StarWarsLitPod. You can get a sticker. You can get access to an exclusive show that we do every month that's wild and chaotic and fun and something you can only get by becoming a member of the Patreon. There'll be so many more perks very, very soon. But for now, do you want a sticker? Do you want a sticker that has a Now This Is Lit logo? Because it's fantastic and I love them. But I also want to give them away because there's just a stack of stickers on my desk. So if you want one, $1 a month. Patreon.com/StarWarsLitPod. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. "53 episodes, 4 bonus episodes, so many interviews that I almost didn't bother counting, but I did, and the number is 17. Book discussions, Q&As, live streams, and so much more. You're listening to Now This Is Lit, a podcast about Star Wars books, the people who make them, and the readers who just can't get enough of them. I'm your host, Meg Dowell. I use she, her pronouns. And season 2 was lit. I interviewed editors. Do you know, off the top of your head, how many Star Wars books you've edited?
Yes, I do. It's over 50.
An audiobook narrator.
A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
An official Star Wars artist.
I had to wake up at 3 o'clock because I had a young dog who needed to be let outside one day. And I come back to bed not quite awake, and then I have to just check my phone real fast. And then this email pops up, and it's from at Lucasfilm. And I'm like, this is a scam, right? like there's no way this is real. And then I Google the name, and I'm like, oh wow, this might be real. And they asked me to draw a book.
A literary agent.
It's our job to help get an author's book into the best shape it can be in. Although ideally it shows up in our inbox in very good shape.
Yeah.
And then we pitch it to the editors who we think would be really in to that particular book.
And so many authors, many that I spoke to for the first time ever. Adam Lance Garcia, George Mann, Tessa Gratton, Kelly Knox, Clayton Sandell, Tessa Gratton again, Beth Revis, Graham Hancock, and also John Jackson Miller and Chris Kempshall again. I guess they liked talking to me enough to want to come back. I also had the pleasure of speaking with a few people I'd been wanting to talk to for a very long time, like Albert from the Cantina Cast, and Matt from Star Wars Splash Page. Through the show's guides, I helped you start reading the High Republic and Star Wars comics, and shop for Star Wars books. I reviewed every major Star Wars book released during Season 2. We covered the publishing panel at San Diego Comic-Con. We celebrated Star Wars books of all shapes and sizes. What I set out to do with the show from the very beginning. Interviews and guides and discussions are great, but having the privilege of being able to spread the love of these books to anyone who will listen is an unmatched reward. And I say we, because I could not have produced an entire weekly, no skips, season of a show like this all by myself. So I'm going to thank some people, and I'm going to try really hard not to cry as I do it. It's going to be hard, but I got this. Thank you to Lauren from Penguin Random House and Crystal from Disney Publishing Worldwide for their tireless efforts to not only provide early copies of these books to me and other reviewers, but also for their help setting up so many of the interviews mentioned above. For context, most of the interviews that I do are done through working with publicists, and the show, honestly, genuinely would not be possible without them. Thank you to all the authors who agreed to come onto the show on their own, trusting that I would treat them well and give them a good time, and I really hope I did. Thank you to all the podcasts and content creators who recorded with me over the past 53 episodes. You didn't have to say yes, but you did, and you have no idea how much that means to me. This is a very small show, and I am no one, and reaching out to people and having them say, yes, I'll come on to your show is a big deal. It really is. There are people who are so much more successful than me who agree to come onto my show to talk to me. I don't deserve that, but I'm grateful for it all the same. Thank you for our patrons for being so active on the Patreon page and showing up to live streams and listening to and interacting with even more bonus content that we create just for you, and of course for supporting the show financially. It has been an extremely difficult year financially for my family, and all I'll say about that is your support, your dollars have made a difference, and I could never ever possibly thank you enough, but I'll try. Thank you to all of you listening, whether this is your first episode ever, which if that's the case, maybe that's a good thing or not, I don't know. Or you've been here since the very beginning, since episode 0. You, aside from how much I love doing it, are the reason this show keeps going. Every time you listen, like, comment, share, download, tell a friend, it matters. It really, really does. And last but certainly not least, thank you to Devore, my producer, among other things, for supporting me not just with this show, but in everything I do. Now This Is Lit would not be what it is today without you. Literally, you named the show before it even technically existed. I love making things with you. I want to keep making things with you. I can't wait to see what dumb idea for a new project we talk each other into starting next. Thank you to everyone for making the show possible, for making me feel like the show deserves to exist and that I deserve to make it. There was a point where I did consider not doing it anymore, and Season 2 showed me that I should keep doing it, I want to keep doing it, and I will keep doing it. Season 3 of Now This Is Lit starts Tuesday, August 27th, very soon as you're listening to this. Look forward to more interviews, more discussions, more live streams, more of the Star Wars book content you love most. Until then, happy reading, and may the Force be with you, always. Now This Is Lit is part of the Faraway Fandom Network. It is produced by Devore Mondum, and written, hosted, and edited by me. Jose Jimenez designed our podcast art. You can keep up with the show on Substack at Now This Is Lit, and find the show wherever you get your podcasts. There are so many ways you can support the show, and all of those ways are linked in the show description. The newest way is to become a member of our Patreon. For $1 a month, you can get access to an exclusive show and a sticker. And if we get 500 people to support the Patreon per month, I can hire an editor. That would be great for me, and maybe for you too. So if you'd like to support the show with just $1 a month, you can do it that way. Or you can just keep listening and sharing the episodes. That is also helpful, and I appreciate it. For more book reviews and Star Wars Book Celebration, follow Star Wars Book Reviews on Instagram and TikTok.